Everything is Fucked, a book about hope by Mark Manson. Key takeaways. Number 1. Hope is essential for human survival, but it can also be destructive. Hope is, therefore, destructive. Hope depends on the rejection of what currently is. Hope is a double-edged sword. It provides the motivation and energy needed to overcome challenges and improve our lives. However, hope can also lead to destructive behaviors when we become overly attached to specific outcomes or ideologies. This attachment can cause us to reject reality and pursue harmful actions in the name of our beliefs. The paradox of hope provides meaning and purpose, drives progress and innovation, can lead to extremism and conflict, may cause disappointment and suffering. To navigate this paradox, we must learn to balance hope with acceptance of reality. This involves cultivating a flexible mindset that allows us to pursue goals while remaining open to change and adaptation. Number 2. Self-control is an illusion. Our emotions drive our actions. Every problem of self-control is not a problem of information or discipline or reason, but rather of emotion. Our actions are primarily driven by emotions. The idea that we can simply use willpower to control our behavior is a myth. Instead, our decisions and actions are heavily influenced by our emotional state, often without our conscious awareness. The two-brain model: thinking brain, rational, logical, slow; feeling brain, emotional, intuitive, fast. To make lasting changes in our lives, we need to address the underlying emotions that drive our behavior. This involves developing emotional intelligence, understanding our triggers, and learning to work with our emotions rather than against them. Number 3. Pain is inevitable and necessary for growth and meaning. Pain is the universal constant of life, and human perception and expectations warp themselves to fit a predetermined amount of pain. Pain is an inescapable part of life. Rather than trying to avoid or eliminate pain, we should learn to embrace it as a necessary component of growth and meaning. Our perception of pain is relative, and we adapt to different levels of discomfort over time. Benefits of embracing pain: builds resilience in character, provides opportunities for learning and growth, helps us appreciate positive experiences, gives meaning and depth to life. By accepting pain as a natural part of existence, we can develop a more balanced and resilient approach to life's challenges. Number 4. Our values shape our perception of reality and guide our actions. We are the most impressionable when things are at their worst. Our values act as filters for our experiences. They determine what we perceive as important, meaningful, or threatening. During times of crisis or uncertainty, we are particularly susceptible to adopting new values or reinforcing existing ones. The role of values: shape our interpretation of events, guide decision-making and behavior, provide a sense of identity and purpose, can be unconsciously adopted or consciously chosen. To live more intentionally, we must become aware of our values and critically examine their origins and implications. This self-reflection allows us to make more conscious choices about the beliefs that guide our lives. Number 5. Maturity involves moving beyond transactional relationships. Adulthood is the realization that sometimes an abstract principle is right and good for its own sake, that even if it hurts you today, even if it hurts others, being honest is still the right thing to do. True maturity is characterized by unconditional actions. As we grow, we move from self-centered, pleasure-seeking behavior to more complex, principle-based decision-making. This evolution involves recognizing the inherent value of certain actions, regardless of their immediate consequences. Stages of maturity: 1. Childish, focused on immediate pleasure-pain. 2. Adolescent, engaged in bargaining and transactions. 3. Adult, acting on principles and values. Developing mature relationships and a sense of ethics requires us to act based on our values, even when it's difficult or doesn't provide immediate benefits. Number 6. Technology and AI are changing how we find hope and meaning. Power emerges from the ability to manipulate and process information, and we always end up worshiping whatever has the most power over us. Technological advancements are reshaping our relationship with hope and meaning. As AI and other technologies become more advanced, they may take on roles traditionally filled by religion, ideology, or other belief systems. This shift presents both opportunities and challenges for human society. Implications of technological advancement: potential for solving global problems, increased efficiency and productivity, risk of job displacement and economic disruption, changes in how we form relationships and communities, new ethical challenges and questions of meaning. As we navigate this technological revolution, we must critically examine how these changes affect our values, relationships, and sense of purpose. Number 7. Embracing discomfort and uncertainty leads to personal growth. To grow is not to find a way to avoid that stream, but rather to dive into it and successfully navigate its depths. Growth requires us to step out of our comfort zones. By willingly exposing ourselves to discomfort and uncertainty, we develop resilience, adaptability, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Benefits of embracing discomfort: develops new skills and abilities, expands our perspective and worldview, builds confidence and self-efficacy, leads to more meaningful experiences and relationships. Cultivating a growth mindset involves reframing challenges as opportunities and viewing failures as valuable learning experiences. Number 8. The pursuit of happiness can paradoxically lead to unhappiness. The pursuit of happiness is a toxic value that has long defined our culture. It is self-defeating and misleading. Directly pursuing happiness often backfires. When we make happiness our primary goal, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. This is because happiness is typically a byproduct of meaningful pursuits and relationships, rather than something that can be directly attained. Alternatives to pursuing happiness: focus on meaning and purpose, cultivate gratitude and appreciation, engage in flow activities, develop strong relationships and connections, contribute to something larger than yourself. By shifting our focus from the pursuit of happiness to the pursuit of meaning and engagement, we paradoxically increase our chances of experiencing genuine satisfaction and contentment. Number 9. True freedom comes from self-imposed limitations and commitments. The only true form of freedom, the only ethical form of freedom, is through self-limitation. Freedom is not the absence of constraints, but the ability to choose our constraints. By voluntarily limiting ourselves and making commitments, we create structure and meaning in our lives. This self-imposed discipline allows us to focus our energy and resources on what truly matters to us. Examples of self-imposed limitations: committing to a relationship or marriage, choosing a career path or vocation, adhering to a set of ethical principles, developing a daily routine or practice, setting personal goals and boundaries. By embracing these limitations, we paradoxically expand our capacity for growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Number 10. We must learn to cope with the uncomfortable truth of existence. The uncomfortable truth that we imagined our own importance, we invented our purpose, and we were, and still are, nothing. Confronting the inherent meaninglessness of existence is crucial for personal growth. The uncomfortable truth is the realization that our lives have no inherent meaning or purpose beyond what we create for ourselves. While this can be unsettling, it also offers the opportunity for profound freedom and self-creation. Strategies for coping with the uncomfortable truth: embrace absurdism and find humor in life's contradictions. Create personal meaning through values and commitments. Practice mindfulness and present moment awareness. Cultivate connections with others and the world around us. Engage in creative expression and self-discovery. By learning to navigate the tension between the desire for meaning and the inherent meaninglessness of existence, we can develop a more authentic and resilient approach to life.